Hello students! Today we're going to learn about water pollution. The main objectives are to learn the two terms scientists use to describe where water pollution comes from. I'm standing right in front of the industrial area and Antonelli's Pond, where all of the water from the residential areas on the west side of Santa Cruz flows out to the ocean. Again, today our goal is to learn about the two main sources of water pollution in our streams and waterways. The first type we'll learn about is called point source pollution. Point source pollution comes from a single identifiable source, like a factory. The factory could be an oil refinery, a paper or pulp mill, a chemical producer, an electronics producer, or an auto manufacturer. These factories discharge one or more pollutants called effluents directly into the water. Sometimes they treat it. Sometimes they don't. The second type is called non-point source pollution. Non-point source pollution is runoff from snow or stormwater that flows over streets, lawns, and driveways. This untreated water eventually runs into a storm drain or a sewer system. Point source polluters have to get permits from the EPA and the city or state. Non-point source pollution is unidentifiable. Eventually, rain will wash pollutants from streets, homes, roofs, lawns, and will collect all the pollution as it goes and will flow directly into the river or a drainage ditch, and then will eventually make it to the ocean. Another common source of non-point source pollution is agriculture. In industrial farming operations especially, farmers use fertilizer to treat their plants and get them to grow better. The chemicals that industrial farm operations use often contain pollutants. When it rains or when snow melts, these pollutants are washed through the ground or over the ground in some cases, and eventually into the waterways. Another type of non-point source pollution comes from concentrated animal feeding operations, or CAFOs. Animals are concentrated in feedlots, and the rain washes their feces and urine into the waterways directly. It's very dangerous. Anytime you are in a parking lot or on a street and you see a puddle with a rainbow slick on top, you're looking at a source of non-point source pollution. For today's lesson, the terms you should really understand are point source and non-point source pollution. Try to understand the differences and some examples of each one.